Oh, say Aquarius. What's going on?
Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron. I am your host of the Mel Review Season 6, Episode 19, and I'll let my co hosts introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, this is Nelson. Welcome to the Mail Review.
What's up, everybody? This is Bijan the Dime reporting live and looking mighty fine. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Hello.
Also, if you haven't followed our Instagram page, we are growing in numbers. Y'all give me 1 minute, please, because this was.
Oh, today we are about to get into some things.
Oh yes, indeed.
Yes, I'm thank
There. Hang on 1 more minute, and then I let this gentleman, who is the founder of the Mail Review, who blessed me with this great opportunity, I let him introduce his kingly self.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cordero.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey.
So, like I said, once again, make sure y'all follow the Instagram page. It is booming. If y'all want to be on the show, do promotions or collaborations, make sure you DM, and then we could talk about all the stuff on the back end. So, as of now, I will hand it over to my wonderful Nelson to start off and kick it off.
All right, y'all. So we coming to get into some things today. And this is a show for the adults. It's gonna be grown and sexy. We finna ask a few questions
Oh
and see
yeah.
what's up.
Make sure y'all put the kids away, grab y'all wine and snacks, okay? Because we're gonna get into some grown stuff. Go ahead
All
now.
right. So my question is, you know how they say ain't nothing like the first time. Okay, do you remember your first time um you know hooking up with a guy and getting into some things?
absolutely. I remember.
Of course, I can never forget that.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Oh, okay, how old were you when you had your first time like getting into us? Well, how old were you?
I was 16.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I was young. I was 16.
shit. I
I
wish I
know a
was
lot
that
of
young.
people have been done some things younger than that. So I feel like
Exactly.
my age was not so bad.
No.
Um, as for me, it was 18.
Okay.
I
It was
was 19.
18.
I was 18 at the time.
Oh well, I was 17 years old and I'll never forget it because you know, we had to figure out that we was gay and stuff like that. So I just never forget because my first time the guy was like a gentleman and he was cool and I remember him like, oh, what do you want to try? And I'm like, let's try this. He was just real smooth. Uh and let me ask y'all this. So your first time, did you ever reconnect?
Um, well, I forgot. Don didn't even get a chance to answer the question, the first question, before
Okay.
got to the second one.
Well, okay, so I was 19 when I first when I first hooked up for the first time. And I found out the second time that he was actually married because I had to hide in his attic.
Woo.
Not you
Ooh.
had to hide
Oh.
Baby, I had to hide in his
Oh.
in
Oh.
the house where he was.
Mhm.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I had to
How
whoa.
hide
you
in the
get
attic.
out?
Oh, divine intervention. The first, okay, so the first time I went over there and like we did it or whatever, and I hadn't cleaned out. I didn't know nothing about cleaning out. So we did it, but he didn't mind. He didn't mind, and he kept going. So he finally finished or whatever, and then he called me back and was like, "When you free again?" So whatever, whatever. And I went over there the second time, and we went upstairs in the attic. We was fucking around. I remember because he was smoking a Black and Mild, and we was fucking around and shit. This time I had cleaned out, but it was just natural. It was just a natural clean out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't know about dishing and shit like that. So
Yeah.
it was better the second time around. But then his wife came home and she was like, "Whose car is that outside?" And he was like, "Oh, one of my friends let me borrow their car." So I'm upstairs in the attic looking like Ebony, like,
Oh my God!
"I'm sorry, darling." So um so I hear him, he like, "Oh, that's my friend car. He let me borrow the car." So she was like, "Oh, okay." And she was like, "Can you help me with the groceries?" So he helped her with the groceries and shit. And then he went upstairs and he was like, "Look, um, when you hear me say, I forgot what the fuck he said, but he was like, when you hear me say that, like make your way down the stairs, but be careful because they kind of creak." So I'm like, "Oh, you gotta be crying on the creek, baby."
The
Crying
creepy.
on the so as soon as I got the magic word, I was boom, out the back door. So then he came outside. He was like, "Oh yeah, what's up, bro? Like, thank you for letting me borrow your car." And I was like, "Oh, it ain't nothing. Like, let me know next time you need it." And I never heard from that nigga again.
Okay.
See, the thing
So this
is,
is
my first
something.
time with me, it was actually with the first man who I was in a relationship with. So I actually lost my virginity to my lover. So
Okay.
it was he just like similar to you, Don. I didn't know the process or whatever, but he knew who he was getting himself into, right? But however, with time, things did get better. That's because he knew where I was at. He was once there. So to me, it was more of a empathetic, educational experience, with love and care. Now I know some people that have their first time. Sometimes the people they hook up with, they don't care for them like a can of paint. But luckily, from my
Okay.
experience, it came from a loving.
Yeah.
But I do have one comment to highlight, and this speaks to most men experience. He said, I remember I wish I could have done it with someone else. And to me,
Ooh,
I
Oh.
agree because I think I heard some stories where some people feel like, damn, I wish I would have gave it up to somebody who I care for. And one advice I would say is sometimes it's not about who was first. Sometimes it's just about who's kind of last. So to me, the first is not always everything. Especially after
Hello.
the first time you start building the resume. When you compare your resume to the first one, it's like, you know what? I don't know. Now that I got some mileage, experience.
Not for
Yeah.
me. For me, he was everything. He was actually my next door neighbor. So he was everything. He had a body, sexy, everything. So yeah,
Ah.
I was happy.
okay.
But Don, so was that was that something that the guy was doing? Was he DL or something before he did something with you?
Definitely did.
Okay,
Definitely did.
okay.
Definitely. And he was nice too. I mean, the dick was nice. He had like a dad bod, which I love a dad bod. I love a dad bod, especially if he got a belly on him. Like, yeah, definitely that. So he boom 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? But I think like he didn't hit me back because like it was just too risky. It was too
Mhm.
risky. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, I ain't really hit him back because after that, I'm like, shit, my cherry got popped. Like, let's see what else is out there.
I was
That
just gonna
And
part.
ask that question. But besides you, Aaron, um, does have everybody do everybody still talk to that person or
Um, for
No.
me and my ex, we still good friends.
oh, I
Like,
thought you were talking about your current. Okay, it's your ex. My bad. I heard that wrong. Okay.
no, 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 no. It was my ex I lost my virginity to.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
we still good friends to this day. Like, after we broke up, it's just been love. So, we still cool.
For me, we were cool. But I guess I just lost contact with him.
Well, Maz, I really don't remember his name or stuff, but I remember how he looked. And it's funny
Okay.
why I asked this question. It's funny why I asked
Eh,
this question because I remember like I was on the west side and like we hooked up like 2 years ago. So I saw him 2 years later. I'm literally at the bus stop. This man is riding on a bike. Bus, I'm on Chicago Avenue in Pulaski. I'm in the hood. So this man on a bike, he literally bust a U-turn. And he was like, didn't you live up north? I'm like, yeah. This man got off his bike, ran in the
Wait,
store, got a
Nelson.
pen.
Wait, wait, Nelson. Do you mean like a ching ching bike, or do you mean like like a
No,
moped?
you know what we was. You know, I'm a '90s baby. We had bikes, a little bike your grandma bought
And
So
not him
you
riding
really
high.
you
did
around.
actually have you had a hookup. Like you didn't even know his name. Like you had a
This
hookup.
I remember his name back because I lost man's. My first was when I was 17 years old. My first was 17. I definitely forgot his name. I ain't gonna lie.
So
My
That
name
man
was
got my
Carlos.
number.
go ahead, Don.
That, that
Mine's his
man got
name
my number, and
Carlos.
he's on the same line.
Oh, I remember his name. His name was Carlos, and he's in Milwaukee, or probably still in Milwaukee. I'm down here in North Carolina now, so I know I ain't no way I'm gonna see him. But the funny thing about that is one of my homies kind of favor him in the face.
Mm.
So I'm like, "Are you his son?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So you
revisit
know
that.
what? With that being said, I would ask this first question. In your anecdotal experience, right? Is sex better with a straight man or Trey versus somebody in our community that actually knows the ins and outs and why? Just
I'm
think like which
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's better with somebody that's in the community because you have an actual chance of like seeing that person and that person not being spooked by seeing you. Cause I did it with like a DL dude, and that was amazing. He had a 12-inch dick, dog. That motherfucker,
Oh
that
God.
motherfucker,
whew, hey, ain't
Woo.
no way. Ain't no way.
Too
that
big for
motherfucker
me,
hit
baby. I'm
that
running. I'm
motherfucker.
running.
No, I ran to it. On God, he hit it. He hit that motherfucker as soon as he got in. It was like and I had to take my inhaler. And I said, "Ooh, all
Oh,
right, let's get it on."
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and
it
then when
could
you
be.
look at it like straight niggas, they trade and DL and straight niggas like. There's always that on uncertainty of do I gotta fight you? Do I gotta kill you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is the wife coming home? Cause I had another situation where I was sucking this nigga dick and shit, and like, not only did his wife come home, but like his daughter was in the next room, and he had the lights off and shit. First of all, I've lived in Milwaukee my whole fucking life. I ain't never known nobody to park on this damn street.
You knew his
Like
daughter
it's
was
a
in there.
busy street.
How
You know what
young
I'm
was his
saying?
daughter?
I don't
You knew
know,
his
but
daughter was in there.
she came in there and she was like, "Daddy, the lights are off." And
Oh
he was like,
no.
"Hold on, here I come."
Oh
So
God.
then he got her situated. He was like, "Okay, you ready?" And I was like, "Yeah." You know, I'm young and dumb. I don't know no better. So I'm like,
Right,
"Yeah."
right.
And I went to go suck that dick again, and all of a sudden the keys start jingling at the door. So I had to dip out the back of the house to come around to the house to get in my car and leave.
I've
And
been
she's
through
like,
that.
"Why the fuck you got the lights off?" And he was like, "Oh, because it was hot. Nigga, we got air conditioning." And I'm just like, "Oh shit. Go, Ebony, go."
Listen, listen. In my experience, like even with I say this, I feel like yeah, it's a thrill to do stuff with
Mhm.
straight men or trade niggas, but the problem is when trade niggas be wanting the dick. And you know, some trade just like how we are kind of babies and we learn and we progress. Straight men and trade niggas, some don't be doing that. So it's like, okay, in my mind, I'm already thinking like, okay, you hardly have no experience in this male. I know you're gonna shit on my dick. At least put some effort and try to clean up. Okay, like no shade, no tea, because it's like how you kind of hit me up, and I'm like, oh, I want to get dominated, but then by the time I get to you, and this is back when I was youngin', you you're not ready. Like, okay, I'll tell you this story. Back when I used to live in the suburbs, when I first started my job that I'm currently at, I was like 22 or something. I was on Facebook. You know, Facebook back in the day used to be popping. You know, they used to have the group chats and the messages, all that cute shit. I inboxed him or he inboxed me. I don't know how it went, but I remember I told him like, listen, I get off work at this time. Come slide through and whatever. And we, he couldn't host. He had a girlfriend or whatever. And obviously, I lived with my people. I had something going on at the time. I told him like, let's find some dark place or some place around my job or around the way or some shit. As soon as we found a spot, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he came with some lube or something. And then because I kind of came a little prepared mentally, I'm like, okay, it's about to go down. Tell me why this nigga pulled his pants down. He's like, I want this dick. I'm like, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, bitch. And obviously he was tight because obviously he don't go back there. I couldn't enter. My mind already knew like nigga, you gonna shit on my dick or whatever. I'm like, okay, nigga, let's just call it quit. Listen, we're gonna hit this McDonald's drive through and we're gonna get us some meal and you drop me home and I don't hear from you again and that was that.
If I
Oh
ever
my
get hit up by a Trey or DL and they talking about they want to get fucked, delete, block. I don't do that. That ain't my
But like
ministry.
you said, when you're young and whatever, and you just horny, and back then, yeah, I started out as a bottom, but then, I did have some kind of versatile tendencies back then. I was not fully in my versatility like I am now, but back then I was just
God.
like, trying to explore and see what's going on. And it just,
I've
I
always
just felt
been a bottom.
disappointed. I felt so disappointed. I was so
I've
mad.
always, I've
So
always
for
been a bottom.
me,
I don't know. I don't know nothing else. I've always been a bottom. I have had
Nobody
opportunities in
Cordero
various
got
houses,
some. Cordero got some.
but
so for
no.
me, believe it or not, I've never dealt with DLs. I think it's good to do something within the community. Like I just don't do the whole DL thing. I'm not about to hide myself or do all that. Just not happen. Never dealt with DL at all. So
I just
DL
Mhm.
feel
is
like, the
But you
whole,
know,
like, I just feel like respectfully, like, as older men as we are, obviously we won't deal with that. But when we young and whatever, it's like we don't
I
really
didn't
have.
deal with it when I
We
was
already know
young
you got the
either.
girlfriend. We know you got the kids and wife. Like, come on, we already know we all grown.
I didn't
Well, we
deal with it when
grown,
I was younger.
right? That's what I'm saying.
but
Like,
And I sure ain't
we
dealing with it now.
right. But I'm
but
just saying it's kind of fun at the time of being that
yeah,
age. But
But
for that age range.
yeah, for
Yeah.
that age
But
range,
I
if
ain't
you look at
knocking
it both
nobody else
ways,
that did it. That's just my
if you look at it
experience.
both ways, if you find a DL or a trade, because I have run into them, if you find a DL or a trade that actually know what's going on sexually, it could be a good time. Like if they know about the clean out and you know what I'm saying. First of all, don't ask to be a bottom. You know how to clean out. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't ask to be a top if you can't hit it. You know what I mean?
right?
But if you find a trade that actually, you know, and when they get behind closed doors, they know how to have a good time. I deal with this fake DL right now, and it's like fake good because by him being DL, he is withholding himself back and stuff. And no, I don't like those type. It was a trade or something that's open in that bedroom. It could be a good time.
And I've met some that was kind of like what you call trade like, but not. Actually,
Yeah.
Trey, like
Yeah,
I actually ran into someone actually yesterday that I knew that was kind of like Trey, that I always top them, and so they was talking to somebody, and now they bottom. I'm like, all this time, so
But here's
it
the
kind of
thing,
caught me off guard.
I tell people this, right? Sometimes everybody has their dominant field, everybody has their expertise, right? However, sometimes the right person could bring out what you want to
Oh
do.
yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
for example, for me, I don't eat everybody potato salad. Now, suck a dick, okay. But eating ass, to me, it's like I gotta really feel your vibe to eat your ass and do things. I gotta really kind of feel you, care for you to kind of do that. So I feel like maybe for that individual, he bumped into the one, and that one, just brought out that little, energy to, what I'm saying, do
you
that.
know, with different people, sometimes you feel like you literally feel it like, oh, when I have sex with you, I want to bottom. You know, and then I have sex with this, if I have sex with somebody else, I want to top for you. So it can switch the two depending on the person you're dealing with.
Right.
Absolutely,
I
because
mean,
I'm full top most of the time, but if it's the right one, they may get me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just
You
just
gonna get
saying.
you gonna get handled sometimes.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
So
got to.
with that being said, we're gonna get into this first clip. It's about like verse propaganda. Let's see what this sir got to talk about here.
think that every sexually active gay man should be familiar with both positions, whether it be topping or bottoming, and not that he has to stay in one or the other. I mean, it
Where's
can
the
be more
volume?
fluid, but my main point is that in order to be good at sex as a gay man, you'd have to be familiar with both terrains. And it's also the very thing that distinguishes us from the way that heterosexual men have sex, obviously outside of who they're having sex with, but the way that most heterosexual men have sex is typically catered to the male, right? If you look at the orgasm gap, it's a very clear indicator that heterosexual sex is catered towards the man's pleasure in orgasm, right? One, for the simple fact that they just under conditioning they don't take into consideration of their partners, and their desires, their wants, their needs, things like that. Their orgasm is more important and takes priority over their partners throughout history. You've seen, right? Look at the orgasm gap disparity between man and woman, in heterosexual relationships, right? And another reason for this also is because the lack of, like, the inability to grasp the sensations of their partners, right? They can receive instructions, but that can only take you so far. And especially when, I mean, you could talk through sex, and that's an intimacy in and of itself, but sometimes you want a natural, and that's what I feel is the erotic charge to homosexual relations is the natural gravitation towards sensuality that is experienced on both ends, like that can be understood on both ends, if that makes sense. And so when it comes to gay sex, I think it's important that gay men be familiar with both terrains so that way they can be better at sex. It's the very thing that makes us stand out from heterosexual relations or sex relations, is the fact that we both have the same parts. So if you know how it feels to bottom, but you're a top, you will be a better top. You know what I mean? And if you know how it feels to top, but you're a bottom, you would be a better top. So it really, a high tide raises all boats. Does that make sense? That's how I feel about it. I feel like every gay man who has sex should be familiar with both terrains. That's my personal opinion.
I agree. I agree. I think you
Okay,
should
okay.
have that experience. I think the sex would be better. You understand to me.
I agree. I mean, for me, as a versatile person, like I said, I started out as a bottom, then I evolved into where I'm at today. So to
God,
me, I
I
feel
don't
like
feel it the way you know yourself. Go ahead.
the way, to me, it does give a more open mind of understanding. But to me, it's like commenting on something, an experience that you never really had experience in. It's like, to me, it's none and void. if you throw yourself in the deep end and actually try, then you kind of have an understanding from both sides. So to me, it's nothing like understanding another person's mind frame or where they coming from because you already been there and done it.
I slightly agree with him. Um I feel like you can be one position. So if you're a bottom, you could be a bottom. If you're a top, you could be a top. But be sexually open for your partner to pleasure you completely. So let's say you a bottom. I dealt with bottoms who literally is be like, "Hey, don't touch my dick." Like I dealt with bottoms like that. And but if you open and you can make me come, and I can turn around and give you some oral and make you come. Like if you open to us both reaching that climax, I'm okay with you being in one position.
What y'all never understood that part, like don't touch my dick. So when you're by
Touch me
yourself,
not.
you don't pleasure yourself. Like, so why can't I
Listen,
touch? Like, what's I don't.
listen. Sad story, real fast. I swear to God, this one guy I never forget, and he lived in my area. Whole story, but I remember it was my high school years. A dude had literally pulled out um one of those metal things you could wrap around your fist, and
Yeah.
everything on my life I had touched the dick area, and then motherfucker got so livid, so upset. This was me like new into the gay scene at that. I swear to God, I was like 18, 19. And like it just went haywire. I'm like, why is you so mad? And it was actually a nice piece. I'm like, what is wrong?
Mm.
You know what? I feel like some people, and this is just me of just kind of learning sex and then just studying and just watching a lot of stuff is that some men don't, yeah, some men don't like they dick touch, right? But I think maybe some men enjoy the anal orgasm because let's be honest, the G spot for men is inside, and some dicks that are curved or feel a type of way be hitting that spot, and maybe some men get more satisfaction in that way of their prostate getting that stimulation, getting that hit, versus just touching. You know what I'm saying? Because in some things I observe in my experience, some men rather just get hit there, and then if they come freehand, that's a plus. No shade. So
I know shade.
sometimes I believe that there's a reason for everything, and sometimes I just know when to read between the lines. If you don't want me to touch you there, maybe you'll touch me not, maybe not. But however, then in my mind, I'm gonna be like, okay, through my studies, if people actually study deep dive into sex, kind of sometimes what I do, then I would be thinking like, okay, I know what you want, so I know how to give it. Okay, say less. That's it.
Okay, Don. What is this look giving? What?
Hmm.
So I am a bottom. I am a full fledged power bottom. I have topped maybe three times in my 41 years of living, twice with my ex, and once at a bathhouse. And it was
Huh.
okay, but it wasn't like, oh, this is the new fad for me. Like it wasn't given that. I like just like Aaron said, I like to be pleased. And if you got a dick that can hit that prostate, then I don't even have to. You don't have to touch my shit. I just now got used to the fact of someone giving me head because for years I always felt like my dick was real small and I ain't want nobody to touch it. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
then
Okay.
with me not having that type of frequent interaction with it, I was gonna come real quick. So, because when I topped, I came real quick, except for when I was in the bathhouse, and I think that's because everybody was watching me. But at the same time, like that's not my ministry. You know what I'm saying? And like I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say you're just against something unless you've tried it. So I've tried it, and it is what it is. I like pleasing my man, and I like getting pleasure from the pleasure that he's giving me.
Right. And I just
You
want to
know.
reiterate to the masses, like there's nothing wrong being in your lane, but for the as a person who's on the versatile team, and and I cheer my team on because I feel like, yeah, we could pick and choose what the fuck we want to do when the fuck we want to do it, but at the
On
same
what
time,
day?
it's like, but at the same time, people, I feel like we get more of a flag. We get the more kind of shit, even though the bottoms do get kind of shaded sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I do get a lot of flag, but I feel like the people on my team get a lot of flag too because there's this stereotype. People be like, as soon as people hear first, they be like, "Oh, you're about like no, nigga." We both got there between all that. I just do what I do. I'm selective with how I fucking give. You know what I'm saying? And then when people
Mhm.
get mad that they don't know what the fuck they doing, right? It's
If
like,
I don't if
asshole.
I don't make you come, how can I be sure that you're not cheating on me? That's how I feel because we both don't get to come, and you still might be horny and left on some more.
So I am. It's very few people that's probably like me. So I'm a top, and yeah, you could give me hit, but I really don't come from here. Like it's going to take a very long time. That's because I'm like very a long-winded type
Long
of person.
winded.
So yeah, you can. I get pleasure from it, but just
Mhm.
don't be expecting me to come. You gonna be down there for a while.
But
Just
see,
say.
here's the thing. I
That's
feel like,
fine.
but no shade. Sometimes this is why this is why in the past I always was straightforward. I feel like people need to be straightforward. If you know you long winded and you know you it takes you like a couple of episodes to finish out your arc in the season, then you need to be straight up honest because most people gonna go in assuming that they're gonna give it they all that they quote unquote guru, right? But then they wonder like it's been 30 minutes, but then you didn't communicate how you kind of operate. So I feel like when the disconnect happens there, then that's when people
Right,
get pissed off and all that bullshit.
right. Because I won't call you again if you doing all that and you sitting up there holding out purposely. I'm not gonna fuck with you no
So
more. 'Cause
you gonna be mad because you didn't get to come.
yeah, because that's gonna fuck with
No, I
me.
don't do it.
That's the end. That's the whole thing.
No, I don't do it purposely or anything like that. It's just that I'm just naturally long winded. And oh, you'll probably stay there because I'll make you get my way.
I feel like no shade. What y'all mad for? Just suck it till it come. I mean, you can take 40
But I
minutes,
ain't got
okay?
time for that shit. Oh God,
My
I gotta
mouth
go. I
don't
gotta
get
get ready for
tired.
work.
My mouth not tired. My mouth not tired.
I gotta get ready for work. So I'm gonna tag you in, sis, because ain't no way. Straight up.
Tay,
Right.
Hey,
But you
Tay,
know
you
what?
still in
I
Charlotte?
also, but see,
Just
here's
like
also
that,
the other thing.
just like that word power bomb. We gonna call you a power sucker.
a power sucker.
But you know
Oh,
what?
oh.
Since 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 we're being honest here, I say this. This is one thing. Like I told y'all, I lost my virginity to my ex, right? And he introduced me into the sexual world. So with that being said, one thing my ex would always do is because he know I was long winded. He knew that. One thing he would do in the past, and this is what I always enjoy. Sometimes you know when a person give you head and then they give you like that massage combo, whatever, and then you know sometimes you massage it, you know, like that 1 2. Sometimes the people who's giving it, sometimes you gotta switch it up too. Like sometimes your basic tricks that worked on, you know, Alex or Sam or you're not gonna work on me. So sometimes you're gonna have to switch it up and you know do what you gotta do. And you know, it is. And to me, I fell in love with that shit. Like to me, it's
Are
like
you talking
okay, you know,
about?
you giving the right here. Sometimes add some tricks in, and you
Oh,
know,
you
Do a
talking
little
about like
spin. Do a
while
little
you're doing it?
spin.
Oh, baby, I
Do
do
a
all
little
the tricks.
spin.
I do all the tricks. I'm
No,
bringing the noise and the funk.
you know,
Okay.
Like I
yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that,
If
but just not too much. Don't overly do it. Like you know how some people just
Right.
like I don't like
yeah,
just
yeah.
all that spit, all that extra. You ain't got to do all that.
all that spit, or
Right.
you aggressive. You actually making my lower body jerk and move a little bit. Hold on. Like,
Now,
can you be gentle?
if people who's watching this are watching this on the playback, people of age, y'all remember back in the day when the grapefruit lady came out with the grapefruit trick and shit.
I've done
That
that.
burn.
Sometimes, listen, she put people on game back in the day,
I've done
and
that.
that's what you had to
But
do.
that grapefruit burnt my dick. I swear to God, that bitch was very
Of course, this
motherfucking.
is
It was
dangerous. I would
very.
not recommend it.
It burned the
Yeah,
shaft
that
or
shit.
the
I
head.
tried it. I tried it. That shit had my dick sizzling.
It burns the shaft or the head.
Nah, it's just like the general area like was just like burning, like not the head, but like the sides of it, the side.
Mm-hmm.
So you know
Mm,
what?
Try
I was
orange.
I found this one video from back in the day, and you know what? I saved this a long time ago, and I'm glad I did because funny how I'm using it today. And I'm just gonna play this, and I think we all gonna have a little kiki on this one. You still there, Cordero?
yeah. He grabbed something.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna play this one. He gonna come back on the next one, and I just explain to him. Mm.
Is before I get up in this gym. Um, I don't understand how we got off in this era of push it out, this push it out era. To the tops and the bottoms that like that shit, good on you. That's cool. That's cool for you. But to me, that's for the buzzards. To me, ain't nothing better with a hole than a hole with grip. Ain't nothing better than booty with fight to it. Like I said, I'm of a more seasoned generation, and I'm pretty sure a lot of men can attest to this. There's nothing better than butt with fight to it. I should be able to have a challenge of getting into your hole, and then once I done got myself settled on in at home, you still got fight. Once again, your booty, just by looking at it, it should basically be telling me, "Daddy, put your fucking dukes up, cause we about to box." Like your booty should basically be telling me, "Meet me outside, catch me outside," type shit. Like I don't want to get off in you, and all of a sudden, don't. I'm trying to decide.
So you know, to me, so and when I was coming up and my age is right, there was no such thing as push that hoe out. Okay, I felt like the men and the girls in my reign, we had the drip and all that. Like there, we made people fight and all that. But now I feel like in this post COVID era, everybody, especially with people like I tops on Twitter and all those other girls,
I
they
like him.
they be promoting like push the hoe. And to me, I'm like, this is what the people love now. I guess people want easy as niggas and bitches because to me, like, what's wrong with having like, being
I,
tight and right? That means you actually have value and you don't
thank
give
you.
up to everybody. But people like some versatile men and tops now, they would kind of get mad that you're actually tight and they have to put in effort. See, here's the thing, and I'm gonna put some people on game, and I feel like this should be common sense. If you get a person right mentally, everything else gonna fucking follow. But you want people that's microwave ready to push that hole out and you just easy get in and easy get out. And
Nope.
when you jump into a real one or several others, it's like they're now the problem. When in reality they're not the problem. It's you not knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Hello. Hello.
I agree with you, Aaron, like 100%. But then the other side of me is like I pushed out before, and I'm still tight. And then I wouldn't even consider being pushed out because I don't rosebud. The lips don't come out protruding and shit. I just open up. There's a difference between pushing out and opening up. Cause I do Kegels. I'm doing them right now as we talk. But I'm strong enough down there where I can push or like let go and let you get a little bit further in and then grip on you. It's it's all about
Okay.
what you do down there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I
I
and I
okay.
want to say thank you for educating us on the difference because sometimes,
Damn.
just like everything else, it could kind of go hand in hand sometimes. It
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember I was fucking this dude once before, and I don't fuck on a regular basis. One time for me, it'll last me like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because I be so in my head with other shit that I got going on that's not a oh I need it. But when I need it, I need it. You feel what I'm saying? So we was fucking, and I was just fucking him, or he was just fucking me, or whatever, and it was cool. But then I was like, "You usually be wet, and like you usually, you know what I'm saying?" Like, and then I was like, "Oh," and I just kind of like pushed and opened up, and then it was like, and then that's when he was hitting my price tag and shit like that, and I was leaking and whatnot. So yeah, there's
It
a
was a
big
good hand.
difference, baby. It was in there. It was in there.
No, no, I just feel like, why are you asking me to push out? Like, I am not that kind of girl. Like, I even had someone say, "Hey, I can't hook up with you because you're too tight. It's not pushed out." And I said, "Excuse me." I said, "So I'm getting I'm getting chastised because I have a regular hole
Right.
and it's not good enough." Like, he literally shaded me like, "Oh, it's not loose or pushed out, so
That's
we're not a match." I said, "Damn." I said, "Really?"
Bleed.
Listen,
Speaking
you're
from
not
a
the only one that has it. Mm.
speaking from a top perspective, I love it when it's tight. That's the best for me. I get to open you up. Like that's
yeah.
I love it that way. I
Yeah.
prefer it that way.
Thank you. Like, come on now. Like, if it's easy, I
Mhm.
feel like somebody was just up in there. If it's if because it's a booty hole. So,
And
like,
so, what does that mean? I'm asking probably a weird question, but I'm asking.
No,
What does
ask
that
it.
mean when the whole like it's out like that? Like, what is that? What does
So
that
to
mean?
me, I feel like it's excess. I want to use the right words, like stress or like strain on the whole, because it's like it's getting so used to the friction of the type of dick it's getting, and because every time when, let's say, for example, these tops that like people to push it out, every time you push yourself out, it's like you kind of pushing out, your rectum and all. You
insects.
know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, yeah, it's a benefit, and you like even I say it, it's like that. But then at the same time, it's like when you push your whole self out, and then going back to Don Point, it's a rosebud. I'm like, I know you're gonna be out of commission for at least a good 2 or 3 days, depending on the person, and not in
Future,
general, depending on the person. So
I
to
Right.
future
always
me,
hospital,
thought
like,
future hospital visit.
I
yeah,
thought
like to me, I'm not
maybe
gonna lie, I like the raunchy shit. It's cute, but at the same time, it's like the repercussions of all that, especially if you do it consistently. I know it's not healthy.
when I see that, I always just in the back of my head, I just always thought maybe like you've been punched a lot, like on a regular basis, like you just.
Sometimes it
That's
could
just what
mean
I thought.
sometimes it could mean that you had a train
Yeah.
wreck on you, or maybe you just had that, like Don said, that good 12 or something that just kind of really put you through there. And now it's like this is the aftermath of all that hidden, smashing, type thing. So
Have y'all actually seen the a guy with a rosebud before? Like, I have, and well, he got me once. But I had seen the guy with an actual rosebud, and he was
when
like a
when it
white
looked like
guy.
it's all beat up and done, like everything's done. In
It
I
was
think
my
just
I was
it was
turned
out.
off.
It
I'd be
was out
turned
like it
off.
was like it was like out.
I don't
He
in
think I
got
my
me
would want to
once.
continue.
in my
He
I'd
got
be
me
anecdotal
turned
once.
off.
He got me
experience,
once.
no. But when I was fucking someone, even when you, like, for example, when you're a top of verse person and you actually on the giving end, sometimes you could kind of maybe not see, you kind of feel it. You know, like okay, you've been put through there or somebody, or whatever. Like you did your job. So to me, and for there to be
Uh-uh.
this, you kind of know. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not
Not
see it,
you.
but you feel it.
Not you been digging in that ass.
Do y'all mind me asking a question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Cordero,
So,
you are on the panel. Ask your question.
yeah. So
You are
have
like
y'all
you like you a first time guest.
Mhm.
have you ever
I
doing fisting? Have you ever experienced fisting out?
Hell fucking
You
no.
said you said
That's a
you said
line in the
50?
sand, honey.
Fisting.
Fisting,
Fisting.
that's a
Yeah.
line in the sand. Hell no.
Let me tell you something. I will have to square up with
Uh-oh.
you. You try to do that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
I
wanted
would
to
feel
So
so
try it though.
offended.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted
I
to
would feel
try
so
it.
offended. That's offensive to ask me something like that.
of
That's
course
rude.
not to me, but I tried it, just wanted to see what it was like, and It's very gushy. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I always wanted to see what it was about because, like, if a nigga can hit my shit with his dick and it gives me the orgasm that it gives me, imagine if a nigga was like elbows length up in that motherfucker. Just
Oh
Bro,
no, Dave, what are you doing?
listen, your whole lower back by your spine, they putting an arm inside you, is going close to your spine. That is not supposed to do that.
that should be
Right.
wild. That should be looking wild, dog. I'll be like, I wonder. I've never done it, but I wonder. Emoji
So,
face.
yeah. So you know what? That's funny. This actually kind of transitioned into the next clip I have,
Oh
and I
shit.
know y'all gonna have something to say about this one, so I'm gonna play it here. Mm.
I don't always need to finish during sex, whether I am topping or bottoming. A lot of the girls think the job ain't done unless you come.
I agree with that 50%.
50%?
50%.
What's the other
I,
50?
I have to finish if I'm on top.
Oh, why is that? What's the difference? Because for me, I don't always need to have the fulfillment be that finishing moment for me to feel satisfied completely. And that's on both ends of the spectrum.
I don't need, but I do.
She said, baby, by hook or crook.
I don't need to. I just don't have that experience of it not
And
happening.
I think maybe this might be more of a bottom thing. They feel like if they got to make their top come.
Let me tell you something.
I must be in that demographic.
It said, check. Hold on.
If I'm tired of getting railed, we're going to stop.
I think it's just a thing. Some people take longer. Some people you know what it is that they need to get them there. It's a whole lot that comes into play, but I don't always need to, have that grand finale for me to feel like I did my big one.
Okay.
What y'all thoughts on that? Because
I
I know
agree.
it's a mix
I
of
agree. I agree. Yes, it's a great feeling when you have completed and you came. But I'm that top that I don't actually have to come to feel like the job.
and
I'm
and
okay with.
and you know what, Cordero, you know what, to piggyback off you, because at the same time, just hearing where you're coming from and just outside of personal conversation, I kind of understand where you coming from. Because to me, when people, like I said earlier, when people build a resume over time and they used to a certain wash, rinse, and repeat cycle, right? To them, most people either on the top end or bottom end or just across the board, I think most men gonna be like, I didn't see you come, I didn't feel you come, or whatever. And then it kind of backfires on a person's self-esteem, depending on where they at, not all, but some. They get in their head like, am I the problem? Because it's like I have this 5-star review, and then you bump into that one that just, did what he did, but I don't see the aftermath. It's like, am I the problem? You know what I'm saying? But then again, it goes back
Exactly.
to also not assuming, because Cordero is
Yeah.
correct. Not everybody is the same. So, I see both sides of the spectrum. But a person who's in a session, they're gonna automatically think like, well, some, I'm not gonna say all, some would think like, what's going on here? Like, is it me? Like, I know I'm a top ass, I'm a very good ass nigga and a very bad bitch. So it's like, what's the problem?
Well, I agree with what the other guy
Also,
said when he said
sometimes
about my
I may
top.
just want to.
What you say?
Uh, continue,
I was about to
continue.
say. So sometimes I may just want to do a little bit, but I may just want to please my bottom. You know what I'm saying? I may just want to please him. Then I may just want to make sure he get his nut in some type of way. I don't necessarily have to.
Oh. Mm. Well, like the guy said, if I'm topping, I need to come because why would you put me in that scenario? And if I don't come, you're gonna mess me up for the next time we gotta get busy because I'm gonna probably finish quick. But if I'm on the bottom, okay, if you long winded, okay, you done. I'm okay with you being done if you long winded, but uh, yeah, top, I gotta get it out. You can't start another, you gotta finish it.
I need that nut. Fuck all the bullshit. If you not nutting, if
Hello.
I don't see that motherfucker, prostating and motherfucking getting super hard and shooting up the club. If you don't shoot up the club, why you ain't got no blanket, boy? I can't trust no nigga on no blanket. Cause when the shit gets sticky, where the fuck that blanket at? Okay,
Hello,
and it is
hello,
gonna fuck with my self esteem because I done sit up here
hello.
and giving you the best that I got, right? And
Nah,
you
look
ain't
at Rachel,
paying.
man.
Straight up, I'm just sitting there looking at myself like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I brought the goods; they were tight. You know what I'm saying? Like they were gooey, ooey gooey, and you didn't come. Like what the fuck? And then
Chewy,
9 times out
ooey
of
gooey.
10, right, chewy, gooey, and ooey. And 9 times out of 10, if you did nut, I still want some more, especially if you hard. So like, yeah, if you don't
Where's
nut,
my reward? Where's my
where's my
reward?
Where's my reward? I done put in all this work. It's like working out. You work out, you go to the gym. That's like working out, going to the gym, doing all this cardio and motherfucking aerobics and shit, and you don't see no muscle, no six pack, no nothing. Where's my reward? I need that nut. Straight up. And yes, I am one. If you don't give me that nut, I'm gonna be in my motherfucking head like,
But here's the thing, though. So let me throw you a
you
curveball, right?
fool.
So there's some men that obviously we all kind of seen it in X or porn, whatever. So what if how some bottoms be creaming? Now that's a whole different discussion if that's a delusion or what. But that's neither here or there. We can move on from that. You know how
Right.
some men they be very white and gushy back there. Sometimes some versatile men and tops we will fake the fucking funk and y'all will not know the fucking difference.
Oh, I know. I
I
know.
know, I
Some people
know,
there won't
I
know.
Because
know.
when y'all
Sometimes
come,
there
when
won't
men
know.
come,
And
when
and
men come,
to their
that
point, we
head
might
gets
not finish and we
Mm.
just give y'all the delusion that y'all that
no,
we
Usually,
get it.
yeah.
Sometimes we do pull up
no. When
If
a
I can,
nigga
what are you about
comes,
to say?
when a nigga comes, that head
It
of that dick
pulsate.
gets extra hard. It was already hard going up in there. So when he say, "Man, I'm about to come,"
okay,
you be
yes.
you
I know
be
what you're talking
feeling
about. I know what you're talking
that
about.
motherfucker. It may go like from this to like, you know what I'm saying, and then
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna,
It's
know.
the
yeah,
pulsate.
yeah, nigga,
But
no,
Or
no, nigga,
or
like,
but you
or
still
what
can
about
trick
the
some
grip?
people. But you still can you very smart about it. I like how you think. But there are some people you can still trick with, and because
Oh yeah,
when you getting it, some people when you're in the moment, they're not thinking about the feeling of it when it's supposed to come.
yep, that
Some people
motherfucker
just not
get super
thinking.
hot. That motherfucker feel like a
But
hot poker.
if you can,
I feel like you're a rare species though, Don, because you articulate, you break it down, you analyze this is your playing field, and you're one of the ones that can't be tricked. But for most people that's on the receiving end, that they in the heat of the moment, the emotions are high, their adrenaline is going. It's like the last thing you think is like, am I feeling the twitch? You just in the moment, you just in the zone. You know what I'm saying? You just living for being present. So it's
Yep,
like some people don't be in the whole technical aspect when it's hot and heated. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just that in tune with oneself.
straight up.
okay, where's that?
I've been
Where's
in
that after drip?
situations. I've been in situations where it may have just been all right, and I want to get up out of there, so I fake it and let's move on,
Yeah.
just like that.
Exactly, exactly.
And to me,
Nelson,
it's
shut
like
up.
to me going back on Cordero Point. That's why I'm weighing heavily on Cordero Point because in my position, I get where he's coming from. And it's like some people get it. I'm not gonna lie. I've been in situations where I had to kind of fake the fun, be like, okay, you know what? It is what it is, and they have no idea. All they know is,
That's
hey,
another.
I
But
met your
that's
queen,
another.
I hit that spot, I did what I did.
So you just
Because
back there talking
not
about,
everybody's not not everybody's ass is that good to make you want to come. So sometimes you gotta
that's
fake
true.
Yes.
That's
But that make me think if the for the bottom, if you don't know that your top came, that made me feel that you see somebody before he came over because how you don't know, you know what I'm saying? I know it get creamy and sticky and stuff like that, but how you don't know did you have some before? Because I don't see how you confused. And
Your
also
ass
when
just
we
wasn't.
come, it's pulsating. You gonna do a little tremor sometimes. You gonna know it's like a connect. It's like a moment.
That motherfucker be like,
Oh, oh, oh.
right.
Listen,
Your ass just wasn't good as I thought it was gonna be. So that
I'm so
right.
sorry. I had to cut it short.
it'd be like
I
that.
just
But
tell
you
you.
know,
It'd be
like I
like
say,
that.
even if a person's like very long-winded, especially if you deal with long-winded motherfuckers, sometimes that long-windedness will also deceive about them too.
Mm,
It's
Pushing you
manipulation.
off me. Why you
mm.
trying to be? Why you trying to kill me tonight? Why you trying to kill me?
Motherfucker, kill me. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I'm,
When I die, bury me inside a Gucci
I'm
stuff.
still.
So, you know what? Let me ask
I'm
y'all
still.
this question because this is a very valid question. We always talk about being plowed and all this sexual endeavor, but how important to y'all is aftercare after a good session and a good time? Because y'all know that moment, and we all seen the statuses on Facebook on these apps where people be like, they be on some shit like, okay, after a hookup or whatever, somehow it's always used to the top or bottom. That be wanting to stay longer, and it's like, nigga, is your Uber outside or not? And sometimes I be thinking in my head like, is they waiting on the aftercare? Because you know, some people hit and quit it, and some people just want to have that aftercare, that little cuddle session. Because it's like, you know, you did what you did. Now I need that little treatment. You know what I'm saying? So to you,
No,
do you feel like it's
No,
important or it's not important? Because
no.
some people go
If
in
no,
it,
do it assuming
if,
like, oh, we about to
if,
vibe
no.
after this, but then it's like, nigga, I'm ready for you to fucking go. Like,
If
if
you
it's a
not
hookup, if
right,
it's a hookup, that's probably the most time that you'll see me be masculine. Cause I'll be like, you got somewhere to go, you doing something? Cause I'm about to go get something
Hello,
to eat. I didn't starve
hello.
myself all fucking day. So yeah,
You
you
need to
gotta roll
go.
out.
if
You
it's
need to
if
go.
it's a if it's a hookup, no aftercare at all. I'm gonna get up off of that bed, and I'm gonna be waiting on you to put on your clothes and looking at the door and trying to walk you out. Like
Right.
See you
My
later. Hit me
my
up
hot
for
girls
next
are
time.
flexing out the door. Oh, oh,
But
but
even,
oh, oh.
but
but
but here's the thing. This is where the deception comes in, right? And I'm gonna walk this down with y'all, right? So
Mhm.
let's say, you know, you're on an app and whatever, right? And you know how people do they big one, they do all that Mac talking or whatever to get the drawers or dick or whatever, the Zoom call. And it's like all that conversation through the time leading up to whatever y'all do, it kind of gives the notion like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck, but it's kind of giving also the illusion of, oh, you're gonna give me a little aftercare, we might cuddle or whatever. And then, you know, sometimes it could be lies and manipulation. Let me put that in there because that is fair. But with that also being said, when the deed is done, and then you know, it's like you either the person, the top or bottom is confused of okay, where we go from here. It's like, you know, I feel like that's where the kind of confusion is. So do you think there should be clear communication across the board, no matter if you're flirting
no,
or manipulating or what
no,
endeavor?
no,
no, ain't
because
no
if you
clear communication. If it's a link up, it's a link up. That's just it.
that's common
That's
sense. It
it.
should be a standard. It's standard knowledge that you know when you hook up, you put your clothes on, you say that was good. See you later. I mean, if I had to
Yeah.
tell you that, I might think you homeless because
Huh.
why are you lingering around? But
Man,
Yeah, but sometimes,
right,
and I
right.
think we all witness it with some people.
Yes.
Sometimes people will lead with one thing and then sometimes it be another. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it go back to intention.
if if
Sometimes
if you
I've
if
had hookups where I'm like, damn, I wish it wasn't a hookup. Cause like you could have potentially been you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, you get where I'm coming from, Don.
I
Yeah,
do, I
yeah, I
do.
get it.
I ain't gonna
If
sit
it
up
was
here and try
if
to
it was
thug it
like
out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there have been many. There, well, I wouldn't say many, but there have been many occasions where a nigga has come to hook up, or I went to hook up with him, and I'm like, damn, like you definitely check all the boxes. But since I didn't got what I wanted, it's like I'm out the door. But I'm
see
riding
you
home
later.
like, fuck, why
Is
did I?
that
But I don't
is
think
that
it's
what
no
you just
shade
said? So the
because
moment I'm always cutting you off. My bad. uh,
I don't think it's you
so
go.
if I lay down I'm cutting you off again. If I lay in that bed, that means yeah, I may want some. But if I get right up out that bed, you should already know. Put your clothes on. Let's go.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't think it's no shade. I don't know if y'all dated before, like everybody dated. But like even when I dated my ex, after we was finished, I liked it. So that's why I like dating men because we are men. So I dated like my ex partner before, and sometimes we are finished having sex, and be like, "Hey, don't touch me right now. Go in your corner." Like, so if it's a hookup, I definitely want you to get up and go. Because when my partner or when I dated, we can have some fun. I'll be like, okay, I gave you what you wanted. Now go over there. Now leave me alone. Because you dating. Sometimes you have sex when you don't
right.
feel like it.
But you know what? I think we also kind of talking from experienced men. But if we have to go back in time to our
Uh
beginning,
oh.
we wasn't all thinking like that.
Uh
We didn't have the
oh.
knowledge we have now. So I feel like for a person who's at the beginning stages in this community and exploring themselves, they're not gonna know that like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
that's
some people, and
Also,
I
also
probably
sometimes
admit to this as well. When I first started fucking, I left a lot of my heart in that bed, and it was kind of like,
mm,
what we doing? You know what I'm
a
Well,
saying?
no. I mean, I think we was young because I was 17 when I started like doing the do. So I hope the kid get to experience the one where Mass was low key, so I had to sneak people up in the house, sneak them out the door. So that's how I feel like you learn the hookup situation from that because I gotta slip you in the door because I'm fucking around 17. I gotta sleep you in. I gotta slip you out the back door when my father fall asleep. So I feel like that's how you learn. Like, hey, when we finish, get up and go. Like, I hope they get to experience that too because that was a time.
See, for me, I felt like I learned that on the back end. Like I said, with my ex partner, I lost my virginity too. After we broke up, I felt like I learned the love and the intimacy part. So I felt like my experience was the opposite of others. I got the love, the intimacy, and everything, which came with the wisdom. And then once we broke up and I was single for a good 2 to 3 years before I met my current person I'm engaged with, I was once I got in these streets, I was on that hookup shit. It was like, I was so used to the love and intimacy by the time this got into this hookup culture. It was like to me, it was like a little foreign aspect to it. So it's like because I'm used to giving love and doing all that, like what Don said, I'd be left with after we done. I'm like, oh no, what are you doing, baby? It's like why you putting your heart into a one-time session, no matter how much the chemistry is, it was just for the moment. It's not for the whole.
Right. The whole ride.
also
Yeah.
also talking about the aftercare. About the time when you mean they just be ready to just get right in bed with me. I need all of that extra love making type of thing in the movie. That's just me.
You mean like
So
wiping
yeah,
somebody booty
I
hole?
agree.
You mean like wiping somebody booty
No, I'm
hole?
saying like no, in the beginning, like the emotional touching, the oral, the all of that extra in the beginning. Because then there's some people that just need that can just go straight into it. I need the whole
Yeah, the foreplay.
Shebang.
Right,
I need the
shebang. So to
shebang.
me, I say
You
this
need the
for me, I
foreplay.
think it's selective. It goes back to what we said earlier. Depending on the person you're dealing with, you don't
Yeah.
provide that certain energy. You know.
Yeah. If it's
But
somebody that you've been talking to for a while and y'all finally got a chance to hook up, foreplay, definitely. If it's just a random that you met on Sniffies or Growler or motherfucking BGC or whatever the ones are, like, nah, I don't need all that. Pull your dick out. Let me suck that. Okay,
I
put it
agree
in
with
there.
well, okay, but I got a question because we all dated here. We all dated and engaged and stuff like that. So, um, so for like me. I cannot have sex with you or hook up with you unless we transfer some type of energy. So it had to be a connecting energy. Uh, and but when I was younger, it wasn't like that. Or before I dated. So is it the same way for you guys, or if
Nelson,
they
me,
have?
I
you
agree
just
with you,
spoke my
Nelson.
soul, Nelson. You listen, me, you must be on the same frequency. When I was younger, I'm not gonna lie. The first relationship, the guy I lost my virginity to, I was on demon time. I wanted to break this cherry and see where it got. Now it landed me obviously with through conversation in a relationship, but then even after that relationship, I was kind of going back on demon time. So to me, it was like a versatility of energy depending on the circumstance where I was kind of at. So mine was very flip flop. I can't say one was more consistent than the other.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Just being
I don't
transparent.
know. I've never really had that. My first relationship was at 24. So like it was more. It was like I said, with my first, it was like okay, he busted the cherry. Like let's see what's out there. I've been so used to watching Queer as Folk and other gay shows, Noah's Arks and shit like that. So I wanted to see what's out there. You know what I'm saying? Because like it can only go up from here. So let's get it popping. And it was
Right.
always, like, I would like not necessarily give my heart, but it would just be like lingering around. Like, so do we go together? And not even like that, but like more so like, so we exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like I really wasn't in the mind frame of knowing that there could potentially be other niggas that you were doing this with. I didn't think we was
Right.
together. I thought that like the buck stopped with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So after a while, it was just like, okay, I got it. Now I got it. Let me go ahead and put these on. And oh no, I don't need nothing to drink. I'm going to the gas station when I leave here. Like, you know what I'm
Hello.
saying?
Right.
Yeah. My first relationship, we didn't have sex for a whole
I think he
year
paused.
because I was so used
Or
to
could y'all hear him on y'all end?
doing. You can't hear me. Oh. So I was so used to like doing the whole one night stand thing that like when I met him, I was like, I want this to be meaningful. So we didn't have sex for a whole year because I was so busy trying to get to know him and what he was about outside of a sexual situation. Um, but I did, and like I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. Yeah,
Well, you know
I'm in the
what?
right place.
All that, you know what? That definitely segue into the next final clip we're gonna have, and then Nelson, you can do your question. It's chemistry versus compatibility. Let's gentlemen have to say.
Let me say, now listen to me. Just hear me out. I think some of us get chemistry confused with compatibility. And I think that's why most of us out here, including myself, get attracted to some of the wrong people or just falling for the wrong person in general, right? It's just something you could have either been taught to chase or developed along the way. See, because like attraction brings a sense of loudness, and compatibility is very quiet. And when it comes to attraction, it gives you the butterflies. And when you think about compatibility, it brings you peace. So if I were to look back at all the people that I've encountered or been attracted to just based off of the chemistry being insane or the possibility of the sex being amazing or the flirting for us was effortless and it was non-stop doesn't mean they were meant for me. It just means that I like them. Because sometimes we're attracted to people who actually trigger us, not who really choose us. I'm realizing that I have to start asking myself instead of, do you like this person? It's more of a sense, can this person become or love me the way that I want to be loved? Because I think I keep finding that shit out the hard way, and it's like, ah. Anybody else keep figuring this out in the hardest way? Let me know in the comments.
What's your thoughts?
Chemistry is
I've been in the
chemistry.
situation.
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go first.
Chemistry, chemistry is chemistry is level one. So when you go out, um, you can meet somebody, have great chemistry, and go home the same night. You know what I mean? It's more so
Well, now
about the
Nelson,
first how that person. Now we got an echo.
it's you, Nelson.
I've I've had I've had chemistry. There's this guy that I was talking to. We were very, very, very kismet. Like the conversations was kismet. The motherfucking sex was chemistry. Like everything checked. The only reason why we weren't compatible is because he wouldn't let us be. Because he had so many different issues with people with past relationships. So he was kind of like closed off to the whole relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? So we and then like even in the midst of that, like the compatibility is shine through. And when I would call it out, it would be like, why you basically like why you bringing that up? Like we were doing good, like you know what I'm saying? So I've been in a situation like that. I've been in a situation where like the chemistry wasn't there, but we were very much compatible. I say that would be like our my first relationship, my first and only relationship. We were very much compatible, but the chemistry actually no, we weren't because he's a Scorpio, I'm an Aquarius, and they pretty much said that like y'all should not date at all. I think we were more compatible out of necessity. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we were more like y'all remember on Color Purple when Suge brought her nigga there, and Celie was like, "Oh, Suge coming," and then Mister was like, "Oh, Suge coming," and then when they go outside to greet her, she got this nigga like so they talking about, "Oh, we got cold." How they kind of bonded in that one moment. That's kind of like how we were. You know what I'm saying? And like that's my friend. I still got much love for him, but as far as compatibility or chemistry, no, no. But that I mean that is very much so important to at least have one. I think chemistry is more important though, because
Compatibility.
obviously, I'm
What about
sorry,
you,
Nelson. Go ahead.
Terrell?
Oh
You got
well,
any?
I can relate to the ending of the video when he was like he kept running to the wrong people. That was definitely me, and it was feeling like a moment because I kept running to the chemistry and not looking at the accountability and the chemistry at the same time. So yeah, I definitely can relate that frustration.
Hola, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Um, for me, I guess give a commentary on that. It really depends on the person. I feel like it goes back to what we said at the beginning. It's about intention. You know what I'm saying? So to me, he didn't really say no lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as I know, everybody up here, some people have been engaged, some people have been married, and some people have multiple, relationships. So I think at our age, we kind of know like what's what's for us and what's not for us, and then what's negotiable, what's not negotiable. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it depends on the individual of one their intention and what do they actually want. So he's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the gentleman speaks from a place of wisdom. He looked like he probably mid 30s or something. So I could tell he's not no baby, obviously, from the way he articulated, his experiences, and then also he had the self awareness as well. And I feel like self awareness of oneself is key when either you're trying to date or in hookup culture. That self awareness of oneself gonna play a big factor in of what you attract and what you tolerate. So I definitely agree with what he had to say.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Hopefully, I can say his name. Maybe I shouldn't say his name, but that's how I feel about. I felt about Sammy Nelson. Like the chemistry was there, Chemistry is still there every time I see him. Chemistry is still there, but we're not compatible.
Exactly.
And it's no shade. Like
Hey,
I feel
that,
like if most grown men be honest, then I feel like it would not be manipulation or deception. You know what I'm saying? And if people actually read and not shade, I'm talking about actually read a person and be like, okay, I see it for what it is. And let's be honest, we give it everything we get, we give everything we got. It just not work out. Sometimes we could be friends, and that's it. You
but
know?
and that's why I said chemistry is like base level, because you can go, like I said, you can go out to the club and meet somebody fine, have great chemistry. Y'all can go home the same night. Like you and Sammy, y'all have chemistry. You and
Yeah,
Sammy can probably get it on. That's cool. But
yeah,
far as compatibility and like relationship and going further, that probably wouldn't work out.
yeah.
And you gotta distinguish the two, and it's cool. It don't gotta be no shade, because like
Right.
example, y'all chemistry is fire, so y'all can, you know, have y'all
Right.
fun. It just won't go past the fun.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think also having that self awareness and also that discernment comes with time. And that's why I don't flag people who's kind of new into the community. Even there's some people that's 30. There's no age restriction when it comes to exploring oneself, because in this life you're always elevating and evolving, right? But even coming into this community in a late age versus a young age, you still have that kind of experience to a certain extent and a little bit of discernment to know like, okay, this is not working out for me. And if you don't know, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with learning the
Oh,
experience. And
them red flags start popping up, and you know to step back. Don't keep going.
Don't keep
You go
going.
yeah,
keep bumping your head into the wall. You keep trying to go.
yeah,
You just go keep bumping your head.
yeah.
Don't hurt your own feelings. Don't hurt your own
Right.
feelings like doing
Right.
stuff like
But I'm
that.
just saying, especially speaking to the youth, that's people that's like, let's say under 25, or maybe just I say the age range are from like 18 to 25, like that vulnerable age gap where it's like, okay, you young, you 21, you still learning. Hang on.
You could be saying that
And
to
you still
the
learning your way. So, you
But
just
after
follow and learn.
but after 2 long years, I finally have someone I'm talking to now that the chemistry is definitely there and we're compatible. So it's been a long 2 lonely years of dating,
I
but
get
I'm
you.
good now.
All right.
You
Nelson,
good now?
your
I'm good
question?
now.
Are we finna go into that?
Yeah, we almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. Um. So if you guys, we finna play really fast. Never have I ever. So if you have a bottle of water, drinky drink, or something like that, I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and if you did it, take a sip. If not, let's see how naughty you guys really are.
Uh
Okay. Never have I
okay.
ever
Never have I ever.
Go ahead.
had a
Go
threesome.
oh.
Never have I ever had
My
sex in
roommate
a car.
over here, he said, "Y'all, everybody fail that test." That's his market test.
Never have I ever had sex in
How
a
is that
car.
business? Never have I
I didn't hear that question. I'm sorry. What was that?
Never have I ever had sex in a car. Ooh, this is a good one. Never have I ever had sex at work.
that was mm,
N- Never have I ever had sex at the
Never have
beach.
I ever had.
You said the where?
The beach. Oh,
Like
nobody
on the
did it?
beach or like in the resort? Oh, nobody did it.
hang on.
A,
I gotta
beach is
put
a
this
beach.
comment out real quick.
I got.
This is my niece Deja. She says y'all hilarious. I gotta watch y'all now, niece. Listen, your uncle had a life, okay, niece. I love you, Deja, though. Continue.
Never have I had sex with a best friend. Now, now, y'all better not drink to this. Never have I ever had sex with a gay cousin.
Talking about like blood or chosen?
Blood.
Oh no, baby. No.
Bet nobody better not drink.
I did drink.
That's all I got for you guys.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for everybody that watched the stream.
Everybody that watched the stream, thank you for all.
Thank you for everybody that watched the stream today. I gladly appreciate it. Make sure you follow all these men on their platforms. And if you're watching this on the playback, share this with a friend, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, make sure you follow the Instagram page that's showing right here. This is how you get the latest updates on what's going on. If you want to be a guest or do some promotion, we always open to that. Make sure you DM this page or, inbox my Instagram that's under my headline right here. So, is there any last thoughts that anybody want to say before we close out? I open this right now. Oh, y'all good.
I'm just gonna leave with something like this. Allow yourself to be loved. That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Um, so with that being said, I hope everybody have a blessed Sunday and see y'all next time. Stay tuned for next week's show. And that's all I'm gonna say. Stay blessed, my beloveds.